and there are days where that shit smelled like slobber. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna go over some fragrances that I have decluttered over the years. I don't know if I got all of them, to be honest. I don't have any on hand, so I'll just be propping up a photo somewhere. So I do have my notebook because I did write down the ones that I remember decluttering and why. So we're not gonna go over the notes. We're just gonna go off of what I remember from them and why I did not like them, or why I ended up decluttering them. Okay, the first one that I ended up decluttering was Frank Boclet Vanille. Now this is a very affordable fragrance. I think I got it for like 50-60 bucks, and it was a beautiful scent. It lasted me all day. It smelled very good, but it was, to me, to my nose, it was a dupe for Xerjoff's Lyra, or the Cosmorati line. So I already had that. So when I got the Frank Boclet Vanille, I didn't think it was going to have that lemony pound cake scent like it did. So, and I didn't want two of them in my collection, and for that reason is why I ended up decluttering that one. Not because I didn't like it, just simply because I didn't want two of the same fragrances in my collection. Next up is Dolce and Gabbana Pour Femme. I believe that is the name, and it is the Intense. It is the one in the red bottle. So again, beautiful scent. I loved it, but I knew that I wasn't reaching for it as much. So for that is why I decluttered it. It wasn't bad. I just actually was getting overwhelmed with my collection. And I sat down, I looked at every fragrance, and I was like, okay, what am I really going to reach for and what am I not? And in this time, in my moment, that was one that I was not reaching for, so I ended up gifting that one away. Next up is Gucci Bloom EDT. Although I have spoke about this, and I do think it is a very beautiful flower scent, at the end of the day, I just don't know if that was one that I would reach for all the time. I would reach for it mainly, yes, in the springtime when I was in the mood to smell like flowers. But for me to be in the mood to smell like flowers is very rare. So again, beautiful scent. Not that I did not love it. It was just one of those ones that I knew I wasn't going to reach for as much. But if you love your florals, definitely check out any of the Gucci Bloom line, because they are all very florally, some more than others. So I think within the range, you will find your type of flower that you like, because there is different types of flower within that line that I think you would love. But unfortunately, Gucci Bloom EDT was decluttered from my collection. All right, the next one, I'm not upset that I decluttered it, but it is Twilly. It is the Twilly, the ginger one, and I'll put it up here. So I loved it. Every time I went into Sephora, I would go and smell it, and it smelled so good. It had that fresh, clean, to me, it almost smelled like soap. And at the beginning, I loved the ginger that was in it. Then once I actually bought it, the ginger, I don't know, it was just so pungent that I could not take it. Like, my nose could not take it, and if I can't take a fragrance on myself, I'm definitely not gonna want it. So that one I actually ended up returning because of that reason. So I'm gonna say declutter, because I had it and then I got rid of it. Not that it was bad, but just that ginger to me did not sit well with me on my skin, on my clothes, on anything. So again, if you love it, I'm happy you love it, because I loved it at the beginning, and then once I got it in my home, I don't know what the hell happened, but that shit went weird. That's all I know. The next one I decluttered, I got this recommended from not a YouTuber, another Instagram fragrance person, and it's Juliet Has a Gun Sunny Side Up. Now, she could smell the coconut. On this one, I cannot smell the coconut. I did not smell any coconut. I did not smell any like tropical vibes. All I smelled was woody vibes, which I love woody vibes and so on. But it was just something about this one that I knew I wasn't going to reach for. Like, I had it. It's a beautiful, beautiful bottle. But I knew I wasn't going to reach for it. So I just ended up decluttering it. And it's in someone's home who now I know will love it. But for some reason, like, I loved it when I got it. But the more I wore it, the more something just didn't sit right. And I could not put my nose on what it was. So for that reason, that one got decluttered. Okay, these next two, I'm going to put them side by side together in the picture if I can. If not, I'll put it somehow. It was from Chorus. So it is Chorus. The first one was Black Sugar. And the second one was Cashmere Kumquat. So Black Sugar was actually beautiful. I actually liked that scent. And same thing with the Cashmere Kumquat. The only thing was, and it's so weird because I am very iffy when it comes to powdery scents. These two were a little bit too powdery and I couldn't take it. Like, when I wore it, I couldn't take it. It was too powdery. It was literally like I just shoved powder, all scented powder all over my body, and I can't do that. I don't like powder. I don't like that type of powder anyways. I do like powdery scents. There are some in my collection that I truly enjoy, but for some reason those two I just could not, like, at the beginning. And I've worn them. I was like, okay, let me try it. But it just did not work for me. I don't know why. It just ended up not working for me whatsoever. So those two got decluttered way early in my collection journey. So those were they were decluttered way over half a year ago. Over a year and a half ago. Damn it. All right. Okay. I decluttered Dolce and Gabbana Light Blue. I decluttered the Love for Love and the Forever. These have to be the two declutters that I regret. I regret decluttering them, but the reason I had decluttered them is because I wasn't reaching for them. I wasn't using them. And now I just placed an order for the new Dolce and Gabbana, which a first impression and review will be coming up. So I'm hoping that this one kind of fixes my regret for this one. So I unfortunately decluttered those two. That was one of the, out of all the declutters that I have, those are the two that I regret decluttering, but it is what it is and we move on. All right. The next one is Nest Fragrance Midnight Floor. This one is, I had a love-hate relationship because there are days that I loved it and there are days where that shit smelled like slobber, like morning slobber with perfume. Like, I don't even know how to describe it other than slobber. Straight up slobber. I'm gonna say it. Slobber. It was very ill, right? But there are some days that I wear it and it wasn't bad, but I just could not have this like I felt like it was a toxic relationship because putting it on, I never knew what I was gonna get. Was I gonna get the happy one? Was I gonna get the one that was upset? Like, what was I going to get? So I just decluttered that quick because I could not do it with that one. The next one that I ended up decluttering was Azzaro For Her, Most Wanted For Her, I believe that is the name of it. And although it is a very beautiful, sweet, playful, girly scent, it did remind me a lot of my Jessica Simpson, what is this one? Fancy. So I preferred the fancy over that one. So again, it's not that it was bad, it's just I don't want too many of the same in my collection, so that when I declutter it and now someone has it that I know would, or I know that they love it and are using it well. So I'm not too worried about that one. I don't regret that one, but that is one that I regretted. It wasn't anything negative other than I already had something in my collection that kind of resembled it. That's all. This one I'm very upset that I didn't even like it or it didn't work out for me, and that one is Gucci Bamboo. I can't remember if it was the EDT or the EDP because I think there's two of them if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, one of my gym friends, she told me about it. I smelt it. It smelled amazing. I went to go get it, and I don't know what note is in there, what it is, but it did the same thing to me that the Chance Otandra did to me, and that is another one that I ended up decluttering. So let's just mention them both together. They are both very beautiful. They're very fresh. Well, I want to say fresh, but they're very girly, playful. They're an everyday scent, signature scent, gym scent. Like, these are two that you could pick up and put for anything. Target run, Walmart run, you know, cute little date night, brunch, whatever it is. These two are very versatile. But for some reason, in these two fragrances, there is something that when it touches my skin, it has a very pungent chemically, I don't even know if I should describe it as chemically, but it has a very pungent, like, I don't know. They just did not fall on my skin correctly, and I'm very upset because they are beautiful, but unfortunately for me, on my skin, it did not work whatsoever. So for that reason, I had to let those two go. All right, the next two that I let go are from Atelier Cologne. I actually had 3 of them. I decluttered 2 of them. The ones that I the one that I decluttered were Cedar Atlas and Pacific Lime. So Cedar Atlas was actually very, very beautiful. Like, I loved it. I can't even remember why I decluttered it. But for the other one, the Pacific Lime, it reminded me of Mugler's the Star one. I'll put it somewhere in here. The bright pink bottle. Again, I'll put it because I don't remember it. It reminded me of that one. That very sharp rhubarb that's in that one is kind of what this Pacific Lime had. It had that sharpness where it was way too strong and I couldn't do it. Like, my nose could not do it, so we just ended up decluttering it. Again, very sharp. I can't do sharp notes. If it's too sharp, I can't do it. But they're very beautiful. I just couldn't do it. Sorry. And the last one that I ended up decluttering was from Guerlain, and it is Santal Royale. Now, this one was gifted to me by someone at work, and then I ended up just re-gifting it else to someone at work. This one has a very oudy scent to it. Although it is very beautiful, it has rose in it, it has the oud in it. Depending on when I wore it, I either got the good oud or I got the very nasty oud. So I just didn't want to play these games with my fragrances. Like, I'm just to that point where you either work for me and I work for you, or we just don't work at all together. Like, we cannot be together. So that is the last one that I ended up decluttering. I'm pretty sure that I decluttered a lot more. My collection has been through so much in the past 2-3 years. I am planning on doing a fragrance collection video, but because I know I definitely have over 100 bottles. I have to figure out how to break it up without making a 4-hour long video. How do I want to do it? Do I just want to show what they are? Do I want to break it down and kind of do like sections and give little descriptions of each? Let me know what you're interested in. If you are interested in my fragrance collection video, how would you like to see it? Would you like to see one long video and I just go through them all? Which I have done that. I have watched videos that are an hour long. So it doesn't bother me, but I know some people don't like long videos. Do you want it broken up into like seasons or just random ones? Just pick like 20 at a time. Like, let me know your thoughts below on what you want to see, because I'm kind of struggling on how to do this, because there have been a few of you that follow me on Instagram and here that want to see my perfume collection. I just don't know how to roll it out. So give me some guidance, please, because I don't know how to do this. All right, everyone, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, that's fine as well. If you want to see more like this, where it's 90% fragrances and no, it's 80% fragrances. Where is my mind? 80% fragrances, 20% whatever the fuck I want. Go ahead and subscribe. And until the next time, I love you.